It's rolling. Yes. Okay. 17 minutes, 3 seconds to do this.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in for the episode of Talking Weiss Black Game. So the first thing I want to talk about is we just got some news that the new set of Prism Linear is coming out in January for Japanese sets. So that's pretty good. I'm happy about that. I don't know if I want to rebuild my old deck or if I just want to make a new deck and play both of them. But I'm kind of excited about it, so that's something to be looking forward to. And so today mainly what I want to go over pretty much is what I like to call stock management. A lot of times when you're playing this game, a lot of things can happen, like you get climaxes stuck in here, or you just have to kind of keep control of how many cards you have in here, depending on versus how much you have to pay for stuff in your hand. So I'm just going to go over a few things that I learned from playing Weiss on what kind of cards to put in your set to make sure that you can keep cards out of here that you don't want in here, and make sure everything is good in here. So first off, you can see like my stock has one climax in it. I feel like if you have this many cards in your deck, then it's not as bad than if I had, say, like this many cards. Because you want to make sure you get these out of here before you deck refresh. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, just play like a fake round here. So one of the ways to get this climax out of here would be to just play a card out of my hand. Obviously, it's there's that you pay 1, gets the climax out, takes out 4. Keep a card, discard the rest. So now I know that there's no climaxes in here. And then another way I like, there's also this effect, which is tap 2, pay 1, or I'm sorry, pay 2, draw. Thanks.
Pretty good value.
Yeah, pretty good.
They gotta remember that the climax is actually there. Some people actually forget, right?
Yeah, you also have to remember where the climaxes are.
You can't actually check, right? That's against.
No, you can't. So, like, say that if the climax was like in the middle, here and here, and there's a card here, then I would probably, instead of playing this, I would probably just play this, because then I can still get it, and then I have an extra stock.
Good thinking.
But, I mean, you can do all kinds of things to make sure you manage stock correctly. So where's that card go? Oh yeah, just put it in front of my hand. Another thing you can do to make sure you have adequate stock is, what I liked about this set primarily is a lot of the cards are, to do stuff, you pay by either clocking or discarding. Like this card, you just clock it and you get this out. I think you discard as well. I'm just going to go ahead and discard anyway. This card too is really good. If you play it on the field, you check the top card. If it's a climax, then it goes into stock. So you have a chance of getting extra stock, or you need to keep it on the field, and it has clock encore, so it's a pretty good card. Now, say you attack, and you get a climax. Can I have a climax set up in here somewhere? Yeah, there it is.
That was not planned.
Well, yeah.
It was planned. What?
So, now I know that there's a climax in here. Let's just pretend like I'm out of cards. So, you know that there's a climax here. Especially if you look at my hand, I have 3 climaxes in my hand. 4, 5, 6, 7. So, on my next turn, or during my opponent's turn, I'll probably deck refresh. So 3 in my hand, 1 in here. That means there's 4 in here, not counting what might be in here. There might be climax on it.
You don't know on that. Top, so you don't refresh.
Yeah, that's true. So Normally, you would maybe try to kill something like this, so you can pay to keep it alive, so you can get that stock time back out of there. Sometimes that's not a good idea because you might not have enough stock to pay for other things. But because of how this deck is set up, I don't actually have to pay anything. It's all just clocking and discarding, which is pretty good. So a lot of the cards are free, like that's free. This event here is free. This grade 2, it does have a cost 1, but it's a change. That's the climax change. You just look at climax, put that there, and then the 3 comes out. I'm not put the 3 in here.
It would have been really convenient if you didn't.
I put it right on the bottom, yeah. I put it on the bottom, but yeah. So that comes right out. But mainly stock management is just remembering where your stock is, where your climaxes are. Having cards in your hand to let you get there so you can get it out before you refresh. I know sometimes I've been playing with people and they have a really opposing field, so they just keep getting more and more stock. Like they never have to pay for anything because their characters are strong. But then they have like 20 cards in here and you don't.
They're all climaxes. You know you'll win.
Yeah, you don't know if it's. I mean, they probably know where they're climax if they're remembering, but especially if the first one was a climax, which sometimes happens, then it's hard to get that out of there. So you have to make sure you have cards on the field, like a brainstorm, or a tap to draw, stuff like that, or a card that gives you lets you draw cards, stuff like that. So you can just get those out of there because that's what's important. Make sure you get the climaxes out. That was my one line. Make sure you just keep it clean. Keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean. It'll help your game too. Also, when you're putting climaxes back in your waiting room, I find it helps to kind of split them up a little bit before you reshuffle. Sometimes when I don't do that, like if I forget, then I get a clump of climaxes all together, and that can help you or it can hurt you. Because they can either be at the draw or they can be when they attack, which would be good if they're at the attack because then you don't take any damage.
See, I personally found as I'm playing, the easiest way to keep track of my climax is put in the level zone. So I always know where it is.
Yeah. Put it in the level zone. You can keep your eye on it. You know exactly where it is.
Yeah. Terrible move, by the way. Never do that.
Never ever do that. But yeah, so either make sure you know where your climaxes are when they're in your stock, and then make sure you have stuff in your hand, or make sure your deck is built around you being able to get those cards out of there when you need them.
This episode's so long, like a state of play episode. I jest.
I know, 5 minutes, right?
You're at 8:30 right now.
I have had 8 minutes already? Okay, I'm going to wrap this up real quick. Alright, so.
Take as much time as you need.
That's about it for you guys today. I'm going to try to get some more format stuff going with like news and going over just different kinds of ways to play. But thanks again for watching, guys.
Alright guys, remember to subscribe.
Yeah.
Facebook, MySpace,
etc.
Google+, Friendster, Zanga.
Friendster is